All right.
We live?
We're live.
All right. Happy Thursday morning. It's a little after 11. Today is the DigiNinja Dealer School. I have a friend of mine and a seasoned car guy with me, Brooks Waldron. I was talking to you last night, Brooks, and I told you I wanted to do a show today. You said, hey, have you got any more of them books? And you're talking about The Art of Text Message Selling. I said, yes, sir. Come by and grab your book. I'll be happy to get you another book. I appreciate you coming on the show today, man. It's been a little while. What's been going on?
Not much, man. Just trying to finish my degree that I've started in 2016, which I had to go all the way back to school. So it's kind of, when you get older, the harder it gets. But I'm in the short rows. And
so you decided to go back to school in 2016. That's been about 4 years. What are you studying?
I went back to school to be a teacher, and I got an associate's degree in middle school education, and then I was gonna have to go to Valdosta to further my education in education wise. So I decided to take another route and get a 4-year degree in business management and human organizational skills.
I like that. I like the sound of business and business management. Now, you were I think it was a couple of years ago, I visited your office and you actually put together a presentation with some different. Do you remember what I'm talking about?
Absolutely.
What type of presentation? Is that something they teach you in business management, how to actually because, putting together deals is a big thing.
Putting together deals is huge. I learned how to do portfolios, which gives, you sit down and somebody's wanting to invest money in your company. You have to have the right things for them to see numbers wise. You're looking at graphics, stuff like that, logos, the whole business operation is huge to show an investor. So
you said portfolio. Now you're not talking about a stock portfolio. You're talking about an actual, I guess,
a business plan,
a
true business plan laid out, every statistic from this company to that company. I want to sell this product. This is how we got to sell this product. If this doesn't work, we'll go to another product.
Okay. So let's talk about that then. If you have a company and it doesn't really matter what, I guess what step you're at along the way, you may be a startup that doesn't have any business yet. All right. You might have a business idea.
Right.
If you have a business idea, another time we presented an idea, you and I presented an idea to a group of investors before the idea was actually producing money.
Correct.
Right. So
Correct.
you can do that. That looks different than when you're presenting a portfolio or a business plan, say of an existing business that has revenue, that has employees, that has taxes, that has a profit statement, a balance sheet.
Correct.
Yeah. So I noticed in the portfolio you put together, it's simple, and you want to make sure that it hits the what the investor cares about, right? Or what the other business, if you're trying to acquire a company and so there's a couple ways you're presenting. You may be presenting to buy somebody, or you may be presenting to take on investors or to sell equity. So you have to put your presentation needs to be focused towards the person you're pitching to.
Absolutely.
And not necessarily your needs or your desires, right?
It's the bottom line.
The bottom line.
At the end of the day, the bottom line is what matters.
So. To the investor, because the investor, or to whomever you're pitching to, because if there's a buyer and a seller, or if there's a business owner, if there is the startup idea guy, and then there's the investor or the person that's wanting to buy the company, they definitely have different agendas.
Right.
They definitely have different plans, different goals with what they're looking for in the deal.
The agenda is always to make money at the end of the day. What can I do to capitalize? What can I do to make extra profit when there's not so much markup in a certain product, but you try to make as much as you can out of that product and still have the best price on the market.
Yes. And business is business, but each business is going to have its different appeal in your space. But if Smith and Brady are two producers who did an outstanding job today, by the way, thank you guys.
Absolutely. It's wonderful in here.
They didn't know we were going to have a guest, so they jumped right in and got it prepared for a guest. Got it looking good. I'd say on a scale from 1 to 10, you guys have got us about a 7.5. So when we get, and part of the problem was my 5.5 camera. They told me.
I'm thinking a 10, Billy. I've been in studios before, but this is legit.
Is there a nicer studio within 100 miles of here?
No.
I think you'd have to go to Atlanta.
No, you would have to go big time. Jacksonville, Atlanta, Macon, probably somewhere in there. But
as
far as South Georgia, you've got this.
Well, and now hold on. Now that I know you're from South Georgia, but we're in 48 states.
Okay.
Well,
now you're opening up. Now you're opening up in a big array of players.
Yeah,
a big line.
So we have 40. We've done business in 48 states, 47 or 48 states plus Canada.
Wow.
We have guests, or we have viewers that watch us in Canada usually every day when they get on here.
That is awesome.
We have viewers, no customers, no paying customers in Europe. We have viewers in Europe, Australia, and for some reason Germany. The Germans love us. They send us cookies all the time and German beer. It's very, very weird. But anyway, back to the studio, and then we'll get back to the business plan. Right. And by the way, that's the camera that's working. If you want to take your performance from a 7 to a 9, look straight into the camera.
Look straight ahead. Okay, gotcha. So, I'm sorry.
Anyway, I have 5,000 Facebook friends. Well, about 490. You know, I get unfriended and I unfriend some people along. But there's a lot of sales trainers on I'd say 70% of my friends list is car related people.
Okay.
So 80% is business related. Then I have my LinkedIn. I think we're got like 10,000 followers on LinkedIn now. So we're going to really be pushing LinkedIn hard with some ad campaigns, pushing our new product. But my point of this is, out of all the sales trainers, out of all the sales people out there, a lot of the business owners, I don't know but one person that's in our group or in our circle that has a better studio.
This is phenomenal.
I think you'd have to go to Miami.
I would think so.
I think you'd have to go to 10X Studios to find something nicer than this.
This is phenomenal. I mean, you know, I'm a music guy, DJ and stuff like that. So I'm a music guy. I'm looking and seeing the sound foam in the walls and especially the screens in the back. The sound is it's going to be phenomenal.
Yeah, it is. And if we used to wear headphones, I think it looks better without them.
Right.
I wore headphones for a long time because when I first started this, how many shows are we on now, Smith?
This is 117.
So this is 117 shows we've done.
Wow.
We do five shows per week, every day at 11. But when I first started, I tend to think fast, so I talk fast. And then I don't finish my words and I don't finish my sentences unless the headphones really helped with that. And now I can do a show without the headphones and sound pretty good.
You're seasoned, man. You're getting seasoned, and that's
seasoned producer. No, seasoned. I'm a seasoned talent. I'm the talent. Smith's the producer.
You're a talented individual.
So here's what we're doing with this studio. Of course, we're doing our show and we do commercials. How many commercials, video commercials did we shoot for dealers on this week in the last 7 days, Smith?
It was either 7 or 8.
Seven or eight.
7.
High quality, their name on the background.
Wow.
Put our ticker across the bottom, Smith. So just imagine that you're a dealer. We got to get back onto the portfolio. We got all day. It doesn't matter.
Before you move on, I want you to know I watch your show every time you come on.
Do you?
If you'll look on your Instagram, there is a like from me. I watch it because I'm looking for tips here and there to help me. You know, I'm still on a journey trying to find out what I'm going to do, but there's a plan. Just got to figure out that plan.
There's always a plan.
And watching your show really helps.
I appreciate that. So imagine that you have a business, Brooks. I'm going to test you. Now, this is not Joey, right?
Yeah.
My vice president of sales.
Yeah.
Joey is a super talented guy. He's been doing some videos as well. Now, when I ask, and you know Paul Sullivan, right?
I know Paul real well.
Okay.
Paul's a great dude.
So they're two of my very best friends, and they're two of my top tier people. They're right there at the top with me. And they have two totally different personalities. You have Joey. When I asked Joey, I said, Joey, what do you think about this? He says, yeah. You know, he's gonna agree. He's going to take the first rule of sales, which is always agree. And he's going to apply that with anything that I ask him. And there's value in that.
That's right.
Now, it will, however, cause you sometimes to believe in something a little too much. Like, hey, Joe, do you think this is a great idea? We should spend $10,000 on this commercial if we target. Yeah, that's a good idea. spend the $10,000 without vetting that idea, and you get back $5,000. That wasn't a great idea. That wasn't a great idea, or it wasn't a great plan.
It wasn't a great.
It
plan.
didn't work out.
Sometimes it doesn't work out.
Sometimes it doesn't. But if I ask Paul that same question, Paul, what do you think about me doing this? Billy, that's just stupid. Right. So, and there's value in that. Now, sometimes, but that's a perfect mixture of the people that I need right beside. I need one in the left ear, one in the right ear, because I will make a decision right now, today, boom, immediately go with it. So it's important that I have good information, and that I listen to people who may disagree with me, because this video wall was an amazing, when I say amazing, it was a large investment. Right. But I was like, Smith found it. I said, get it. You know what I'm saying? So I made a fast decision, and that worked out. It turned out to be a good thing. You have to be able to take risk and go for it. But
I think one thing when I learned when doing music and several big shows that I actually done, you want to catch your audience first. Like, you want to capture what their I'm trying to think of the word. What their view of you is, the vibe, what you got going on. You've got to capture that the first time. The first thing you say on the mic has going to set the tone for the show.
Get some microphone knowledge from the Brooks Waldron.
Yeah.
I think you retired, so it's from. It's still DJ Franchise. I'm getting some microphone advice from DJ Franchise in the building this morning.
Well, DJ Franchise started, and this is funny that we're talking about the franchise name itself. When I was first in the car business, they asked me to do a wrestling event against the Chrysler Place. And I think you were involved at the Chrysler Place that time. And then I started getting a knack for music, and I bought a system. I was like, holy, I'm good at this. Let me keep going with this. And then the next thing you know, you asked me to go on the road with you to DJ at car lots, and that was fun. Like, I had a lot of fun. And then the next thing you know, I've done a couple shows. I've done Diamond Rio, Nelly, J-Dash, several big artists.
Yes. And we actually did some shows while we were on the road.
Actually, we did. Yes, we did.
Ran off the karaoke people and took over the.
I don't think I've ever seen that many people in an outside setting at a Mexican restaurant in my life.
It was something.
There was a lot of people there.
All right, let's get back to the video and what we're doing with this. We're doing with this studio. So let's say that you have a business, okay?
Yes, sir.
Let's say you have a DJ business that you're wanting to scale your DJ business, and excuse me, I bring you in here. And I charge you a fee. Let's say I charge you $2,000. You give me $2,000. You come in here, and we're going to do a 1-hour interview,
right,
on you. Okay, with this screen right here, we're gonna get you. We're gonna do it live. We're gonna put you on Facebook, LinkedIn, where YouTube. Where else are we, Smith?
You said Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube. We stream to Twitter on Periscope.
Okay. So we're going to get you some live, maybe 1,000 live views, maybe a few thousand over a period of a month, because we're going to leave it up on all our sites, right?
Correct.
And then during the show, we're going to put your number streaming across the bottom. If you want more information on, we'll use since this is legit right here. If you want more information on the art of text message selling, or if you really want to learn about DigiNinja, which is the most effective software platform on the market, then you just need to text 904-944-7432.
Right.
Now, if that was your pitch and your number, and you by the way, we would give you a DigiNinja inbox with your number right there. That's a DigiNinja number running across the bottom, right? That would be personalized to you.
Yes, sir.
And then people would, hey, I want more information about DJ Franchise. They're texting in. So we're building you an audience of people who want your product, or people who are interested in you. So you can capture them, like you say.
Right.
You can send them a video, right? You can send videos through DigiNinja. So you get somebody who has money, who's interested in you. You record them a video and you send it to them. Maybe you capture them. You've definitely got this lead now. So anyway, we're going to do 1 hour of that promoting you. And then at the end of the show, Smith is he's gonna break the 1 hour interview down into 14 individual clips.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That's
from 60. What's your average? Or give me a range of the size of the video clip.
A range of the actual length of the video clip?
Yes.
I mean, I go anywhere from just over a minute to around 7 minutes. every once in a while, I'll find that 20 minutes that I just can't bring myself to break apart because
it'd have to be really good.
Yeah, exactly. That doesn't happen much anymore.
Usually
every once in a while,
1 to 3 minutes, because as you know, you got to capture. The reason you have to capture their attention right away is because if you let it go too long, they're on to something else.
That's right.
Mhm.
So we're going to get you 14 individual mini videos or 14 individual videos that you can send to your YouTube, your Facebook, your LinkedIn, your TikTok, all these places. So now you have, basically, we've produced you probably actually maybe a year's worth of advertising, because you can run the same advertisement several times and you're going to get a completely different audience.
That's correct.
So, and what else do we do? So we do that. And then of course we promote them. We take if it's an interesting video, if it's an interesting interview, like, the one we just did with Sales, what's his first name? Andrew Sales.
Andrew Sales.
He was selling solar, and he also is a sales expert. So we're still using that content.
Yeah, we got about 12 clips out of that one.
So we're using it for our future posts as well. So you'll get the benefit of having the content that you can put on your sites, and then of course we'll keep replaying the content on all of our sites. That, I think, is a value that a lot of businesses across the country need to take advantage of.
Correct. Marketing.
And there's not many places. I don't know of a single place. I don't know of one place that can give you this type of video and audio production for, I don't even know anybody who can do that for less than several $1,000s. Like you can get those Atlanta TV crews to come in. They film everything. But are there any other production studios where you can go to and say, hey, I know one place, because I spent $25,000 in Las Vegas.
Wow.
I spent $25,000 at Lightspeed to get the Digital BDC Academy developed. Now, it's awesome content, and and if we had done it on our own at that time, we would have been doing it against a brick background, or we didn't have this, we didn't even have the call center. So it was worth it.
Right.
Because I've sold that over and over and over and over again. But now we can produce it better than
they can.
Yeah. Better than that. So
the comfort of your office.
To get 2 hours worth, to get a 1 hour video, a 1 hour interview podcast, if you will, vodcast, and to get 14 separate episodes professionally produced, I think would cost you $10,000 anywhere else. I think it would. It cost me $25,000, and I got 2 hours. The first 23 chapters, I think, is about 2 hours of recording.
Wow.
Yep. So it cost me $25,000. So I think that's easily sellable for $2,000. I think I'll put it out there for $1,000. I think I'll do. I think I would do. I think we can cash flow positively for $1,000. Don't you, Smith?
Absolutely.
$1,000. We'll do that.
That's a good idea.
That's a good idea.
Great idea.
And by the way, DigiNinja Man, the number that you're texting right there. Wow. I got to demo that for you, Brooks.
Let me ask you a question about DigiNinja. Say I've got a product and I'm trying to get it started, which is somewhat in the works. Does DigiNinja just deal with car business, or does it deal with any type of marketing?
Every small business and every big business, Now, this is a big claim. You've known me a long time. You've known Joey a long time. And we, as salespeople, will say big, bold claims, right?
Absolutely.
And like, for instance,
first bit, make a big offer.
Make a big offer. There you go. So I don't have to re-educate you on that. You got to make a big offer. This is a big offer. And I'm telling you, I got two people in here. And if Paul's watching, we'll get him to comment as well, because he's a skeptic, right? But here's the truth. Every business in America that's trying to turn a profit, which is every business in America, needs DigiNinja. Every business.
I agree.
There's 40 million. We looked this up yesterday, Smith, 40 million small businesses in the United States. 40 million. 40 million.
It's hard to believe.
And they all need a texting platform.
They do. I think that's one thing, like that a lot of small businesses struggle with, like boutiques necessarily. Like you see every corner there's a new boutique popping up, but they're just marketing on one platform.
Yeah. Yep.
You start marketing over that platform, that's when you start growing and growing and growing. And then DigiNinja, I think, comes in to be a big help.
Yeah, absolutely. Now you can do it without DigiNinja. You can do it with your cell phone. So let me explain to you what it would look like if you're just creating your own process, because here's something that I've learned recently. Okay. I've been in sales since 1996. I've been studying under some great people for a long, long time, but I didn't realize this. I didn't learn this until about maybe a year ago. Start to say 6 months ago, maybe a year ago. Time's flying during the coronavirus. So a sales process, or every business needs to focus on the business cycle more than the sales cycle. And that's backwards to the way I've always done business.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if your product's good enough, so a sales cycle goes like this. You see a customer, you take that customer down the road to the sale, and you close that customer. That's the whole sales cycle. You got to learn to sell, and close. However, a smarter, more effective way is to look at the business cycle, which is marketing and advertising, lead generation, lead management, and taking the order. Okay. So many people in the sales there has developed a negative stigma towards taking the order takers. You're not a salesman. You're an order taker. You couldn't close the door, that kind of thing. Right.
Right.
That's for people who are relying on their sales and closing cycle, and who aren't focusing enough on increasing their pipeline. What you want to do, you want to take the order, by the way. You want to be an order taker. You want to be there's nothing better than me getting off of a show. It happened yesterday. When the show's over, I turn my phone down while the show's going on. When the show's over, I go check my DigiNinja, and I have somebody who's ordered an event from me. I'm doing an event. I'm doing a show, having fun, adding value, hopefully reaching some people. Hopefully somebody can get something out of our conversation. So I'm adding value. I'm not focused on sales. I'm focused on telling a story, marketing, adding value to the marketplace, and increasing my footprint.
Right.
That's what I'm focused on. And meanwhile, my system, DigiNinja, and my website, BillyMerritt.com and DigiNinja.com, is taking orders.
Right.
They're taking orders. So that's much better. So here's how you want to be an order taker. Write down this time right here, Brady, so that Smith will know that this is one that we need to make a future video out of. Listen to me, guys. If you're focused on selling and closing, you're focused on the wrong thing. You need to be focused on telling your story, building an audience. Focus on the business cycle of marketing, advertising, lead generation, lead management, and order takers. Yes, I just said you want to be an order taker. You don't want to be the guy that has to rely on your closing skills to sell somebody. They might be having a bad day. If you may need my product, but if you're having a bad day, you may say no to me. You may say no to my best close. Right. So what I want to do is show you and show a million other people just like you how great my product is. Have an automatic cycle set up, an automatic system. We use DigiNinja so that those people can create the leads. DigiNinja is automated. It'll do the lead management for you. And then, of course, it will absolutely just take the order for you. You want to be an order taker. Do not buy into the hype that you don't want to be an order taker. You want to take all the orders you can get.
That's correct. One thing I learned in the car business when I first started, I think somebody told me not to be an order taker. And I looked at them like, why?
Mm-hmm. So that's right. And I've been the guy who said, you're an order taker. You're not a salesperson. But I was wrong. That's the wrong way to look at it. So this book was developed and created because of bad information that's in the car business. People say, don't give them the information over the phone. You don't want to text them. You can't sell a car over the phone. I sell all kind of stuff over the phone, and I sell it through text message. The same type of bad information that says, you got to get them in here. You can't give them that information over the phone. That same bad information comes from the same people who say, You don't want, you're just an order taker. You can't sell anything. That's bad information. What they're really saying is, I'm so desperate that if I lose this sale, I don't have another one to back it up. So they're just trying to get every sale right now, wring out every bit of value from every customer that buys. Don't be an order taker. Sell what you see. Don't see what you can sell, that kind of thing. The fact is, if your pipeline's big enough and you're really focusing on adding value and helping the customer, and you have a real solution, it's going to be automatic and you want to take their order. There's going to be times when selling skills will help you tremendously, when closing skills will help you tremendously, but it is not a substitution for having a process that creates orders.
That's correct.
It creates orders.
That's correct.
So now, listen, I know a lot of people who don't agree with that. So what I want to do is I want to hear your thoughts on order taking. I want to hear your thoughts on my information. I want you to criticize the fact that I can't even say it. I want to hear your opinion that I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay. I want to hear that opinion. It's a wrong opinion, but I want to hear it anyway.
You want to hear it?
I want to hear it anyway. So, okay. We've kind of went full circle here. Let's see what we were talking early on about the portfolio and the business management. So let's look at a couple of things that a lot of people want to be entrepreneurs. Okay. They want to start their own business and they need a business plan.
They need a plan.
What's the first thing? If you have an idea, what's the first thing you need to do?
You need to write down the pros and cons first, build a complete business plan before you present it to anyone. And that's every aspect from number statistics wise, looking at markets, looking at this product versus this product, looking at can this sell better than this company sells. Really in a business plan, it presents all that. All
right. So you said a lot right there. Let's see if I can unpack it.
I speak quick. I'm sorry.
That's fine. No, that's good. That's good. It's my job to disseminate that in a more direct, simple way. You said start out by writing down the pros and cons.
That's correct.
You don't want to be a blind optimist. Right. You want to write down the pros and the cons. Now, so every new business has a lot of challenges, or everybody would be doing it, right?
That's correct.
So is there any guidance on if there's a lot of cons versus the pros? At what point is this in the business school? Is it in the business? Is it in the plan where there's some decisions that have to be made? Is this the right path?
Yes, your pros have to outweigh your cons. And you've got to look at your other competitors in this. Sometimes you're dealing with companies that are doing 5 to 6 million in sales versus doing 10,000 in sales. And then you're trying to compete with them. What can you do to better your product than theirs? And I think that all comes down to marketing skills and, outweighing the cons to trying to compete with somebody like that.
Okay. You said something very important right there. You said you have to look at your competitors. You have to look at your competition. I know some very talented entrepreneurs. I mean, with some pretty successful businesses. When I say pretty successful, it's really a shame that they aren't $100 million businesses. I'm thinking they haven't shown me their financials, but I know a couple people who do some stuff, and based on the number of clients they say they have, they're probably doing 1 million per year in revenue, something like that. And in the service industry, if you're selling services, selling training, selling digital products, that's good. That there's not a lot of overhead, but they're thinking narrow, because I've talked to some of these people, and I don't know why this is a recurring theme, but I said, hey, what's your competition doing? They said, I don't know. I don't focus on my competition.
Oh, well, you're losing then.
Yeah. And see but now here's that good information, bad information. Everybody likes to put the meme up there of what's the swimmer that won all the gold medals?
Phelps.
They got Phelps up there. He's looking ahead at the prize, and the guy in second place is looking over at him. It's like, you got to keep your eye on the prize. I'm not saying take your eye off the prize, but if you don't know what your competition is, I guarantee you, Phelps knew how fast the guy, he didn't show up that day thinking, I don't have any idea how fast he's going to swim. Now, no, he wasn't trying to focus on what his time was. He was focused on beating his best time. It just so happened he knew that his time was faster than that guy's time.
That's right.
But he knows how fast. You better know how fast your competition is.
And one thing about your competition, and I've learned, is where you're trying to sell at, they've got somebody watching you at all times. They've got representatives set in every state, every city. They've got different people repping for them. And the reason I learned this from is I recently started working out really, really heavy in the gym. And I can explain how my Instagram grew so much. I would start getting offers from like Redcon One, different supplement companies. And then you're like, hold on, if I do this, I'm competing with all them, but I got to keep going. The next thing I know, I've got 4,000 followers and I had 1,000. I was following 3,000 and now my followers are more than who I'm following.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's all because of the goal ahead. You've got to look at who your competition is. Do I want to be an influencer? Yes. That's my goal at the end of the day, is to be an Instagram influencer, whatever I can do to make money at the end of the day. But I had to start somewhere, and I had to start small.
So at what point did your following start growing?
Hashtags.
Really?
Yes.
Hashtags.
Every time I post a video, I'm on hashtag bodybuilding, which 23.5 million people follow hashtag bodybuilding every day.
Mm-hmm.
Then you're starting to get comments from all these. Most of them are scammers. There's a lot of scammers out there that are trying to get you to like send me this and I'll put you on my page. I got 1.6 million followers are bots. They're not real followers.
Right.
You want to get real followers.
Mm-hmm.
Like the way you get real followers is posting on big sites, getting those big hashtags to see your stuff.
Okay. So you need to get picked up by the algorithm in the
That's right.
in the hashtags.
Right. It's all about hashtags. It's all, and then I was talking to my sister the other day, and as you know, my nephew Ace is a huge golfer. I mean, he's
very talented.
He's top 10 in the world at the age of 8 years old. She's got him an Instagram page, and it took a while to get it started. She was kind of against it, and all of a sudden you see these other kids that he's competing again and beating, and they're on Instagram doing this and this and this. Ace's Instagram grew a little. And then we started talking about hashtags and using my Instagram philosophy on hashtags. Mm-hmm. And now his followers are starting to just grow.
What's some hashtags I should use for my show? Because I see, being into fitness and CrossFit and having kids that are into it real big. Right. I have a home gym and actually level 1 CrossFit trainer. So I used to make just little things to put out there. And when I would use a hashtag, I would get a lot of people to comment. People that so, but now in the fitness industry and the bodybuilding and physique and all that stuff has tremendous groups out there because those hashtags, people were really responding. We don't have just tremendous responses to our hashtags, do we, Smith?
Most of the comments we get, I try to always go in and clear them out, or all those, thanks to @Alicia1452 for recommending me to invest in
bots. Pretty much
hashtags
bots,
that we should be using when we're doing.
You got it. It's like you were told. You got to be careful which hashtags you use because there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people trying to steal your ideas and all that stuff. I got a comment yesterday from a coach. He's a fitness coach and he has over 20,000 followers, real followers. The guy's a real follower. Mm-hmm. He followed me without me following him just because he's seen something I done on hashtag bodybuilding. And he just encouraged me that day. He said, do this right here. It looks great. That's encouragement to me. Somebody with 20,000 followers, that's encouragement to me.
Absolutely. Yeah, for sure. So we're looking at that. We're looking at that for sure. So, okay. When you are an entrepreneur starting your business, you need a business plan that you have to write down the pros and the cons, and you have to be able to be honest with yourself. If the cons outweigh the pros, you don't need to move forward.
That's correct.
All right. Now let's say, so we presented our idea to most business plans don't work. Fair enough?
Fair enough.
Most businesses don't work. Most acquisitions don't work. Most people who want to sell equity don't actually get to sell equity. And that's because their pros don't outweigh the cons, or either they're not able to articulate their idea to their investor properly. So the first time you and I presented ideas to a group of great investors, they loved the idea, but their vision didn't match with our vision.
Right.
What we wanted. We wanted 100 miles an hour, several $1 million right now.
Right now.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or not even right now, but
No,
we need $500,000 now, $500,000 in 6 months, and probably $1 million in a year. You know what I'm saying? And they were looking at, let's start slow, and slow didn't fit with us. So your business plan needs to fit with your investors' plan. And if it doesn't, don't make the mistake of trying to force it. We left that boardroom happy to not be doing anything, and that was fine. And it just if you have a good business plan, then you'll find the right investor. Or if you don't have investors standing in line trying to give you the money, maybe your business plan is not what it should be.
That's right.
You know, so that's what the point of a business plan is. So it is to vet it out and see where your business fits in.
And talking about a business plan, and I think the best way, if you're watching this now, if I can give you some advice, is to find somebody like Billy that knows how to write a business plan, that knows how to market your product. Doesn't matter what it is. If they can market what they're doing, they can market what you want to do.
Point taken. Now, maybe in addition to that is just sit down with somebody and
get an advisor.
Yeah.
Get an advisor.
Talk to them and let them pick your business plan apart. You know what I'm saying? It'll be stronger, or either it'll be vetted out that you don't have a real business. I do that with people. I'm happy. I love getting on the phone with people, or we do Zoom meetings. As a matter of fact, if you would like for me to look at your business plan with you to see if you have something that I think would be valuable to the marketplace, and to let you know that I'm qualified to do that. 4 years ago, there was no manual in the country, in the world, about how to text people to get them to set an appointment and how to properly do that and convert those appointments into money. And 4 years ago, when the art of text message selling started, and I had a business idea. Here's the best business. The best business plans is find a solution to a problem, right, and then solve that problem for one person and be ready to scale. And because 4 years ago I had 0 customers. I said I can put ads on Facebook. I can drive those people to text me, and I can increase sales dramatically. Didn't sound too exciting. I knew that I could do it. So I found one dealer who let me come do some Facebook ads, drive the text to my phone, and we sold 14 cars in one day off of my little bit of ads. And I said, this will work in any marketplace. So right, I just started growing that. And in 2020, we had $10 million in revenue. We went from 0 to 10 million in a little over 2.5 years. 10 million in revenue. Again, that's service. That's services with no inventory. So we've definitely had massive success, and there's several businesses that I've taken to scale. I've helped a lot of big businesses take their businesses to scale. If you have a business that you would like to talk about, I'll be happy to have a conversation with you. I love to do it on Zoom so we can look at the different things.
Right.
All you have to do is text 904-944-7432. Give me your business idea, and I'll be happy to jump on a conversation. No obligation. I can't charge you anything. I'll just give you my opinion. So I
think that's pretty good. That's great advice. I'm not going to say pretty good. Pretty good's average. That's an average comment.
Yeah.
You want to go big. You want to go, that's great. That's a great advice. Billy, one thing I've noticed about you over the years is you've always had an idea here. You never gave up, and all of a sudden something just started working and it started falling in place. And that's all because of the positive mindset you have.
Well, there's been, you have to be, the harder you work, the luckier you get. And, right, and you can't go at it halfway. We talk about massive action and 10X action, all those things. Those things are more than little sound bites. You have to live that way.
Yeah,
and
you have to live it.
And then if you live it and you keep on vetting your ideas, you keep on adding value to the marketplace. I mean, that's just the laws of the universe. Eventually you're going to hit something that's going to work. That's the way it is.
Right.
So I'm excited to see what we can do with our Instagram, Smith. Have we got any comments before we wrap this thing up?
Got just a couple. See, Brandy Stewart Thomas said hello.
What's up, Brandy?
And we got 2 from Chad Walker Gay. Said, I'm like Joey. That's why we need Paul.
Yes, if I told now, I don't want to incriminate.
What's up, Chad?
I don't want to incriminate anybody, but I'm pretty sure I could ask Chad to help me bury a body and he would do it. Not saying I'm not saying we've ever done that before. I'm just saying, hey, Chad, I got something in the trunk we need to bury. You will help me do it? Yeah.
He's a good getter.
I think he is.
He's a good getter, man.
All right, guys. Well, that's it. We got DJ Franchise, my friend Brooks Waldron in the studio with us today.
Thank you very much.
I learned some stuff about portfolios and business presentations and business plans and Instagram hashtags. We're going to be using them. We'll be right here tomorrow. I hope Paul can come back tomorrow for Feel Good Friday. If not, we're going to have a Feel Good Friday on our own. We'll see you tomorrow, guys. Thanks again.
Thank you, guys. Have a good day.